So I've been kind of avoiding coloring with complementary color palettes because I basically failed at red and green. I picked it up in the end, but it wasn't a fun process. And so the fact that we have magenta and lime green and purple and yellow left, I'm like, okay. And so today I'm confronting that. Welcome! Today we're going to be coloring with magenta and lime green. I made some thumbnails of like how I'm thinking that it could look. This is probably going to be one of the color palettes that I can't make look realistic no matter what, and that's okay. I need to get out of my comfort zone in that way. So I just want it to be like kind of like moody. I'm hoping that the magenta provides like some romance, and like the green, I can keep it at like the lighter side of the value spectrum and then use that as my light source. So in my little thumbnails that I made, organized this time, can you believe it? It kind of helped me like look at like, okay, what are my options? Like, what could I do with this color? Obviously, this is a limited sampling of what you could do with this color combination because I'm not that creative when it comes to color, but we have the first one, which feels like a detective novel. Second one feels once again like a detective novel. All of these are like lonely, like why are you doing overtime in the dark? Girl, I don't know, I imagine that she's sitting in the office at night. So that's all I've got to work with. Either way, number 2 is the freaking vibe. And so I'm going to attempt to focus on that. I've got a few references that I found because when I was doing the red and green, I was trying to wing it solo, and it's a team effort. Like, what have other artists done? Let's work as a group. Here we are in the documents, and I'm going to delete all of these layers because I'm gonna color it now, and I don't think I will need them. Let me put in my little thumbnail, try to scale it up as much as I can. I'm just going to trace the shape. So my theory is that now that I have the shape of the mood of the light and of everything, I have it on a multiply layer. I'm gonna turn that off, and I'm going to kind of try my best to like find some skin tones and like put down value where I think it could go. And then when I turn the multiply layer on again, it'll be beautiful, it'll be amazing, and like, it'll be done. So, I'm like trying to find some skin tone from this, but I don't want it to be gray. But that's pink. Okay, this could be something. So I've done my desk, my rug, my floors, and my walls. So far, I have most things on different layers just because I'm still trying to figure out, like, do I want the walls to be this color? I was thinking of having them lighter, but I guess I'm also kind of struggling in terms of value right now because I didn't make my value scale. You see, that's where the plan falls apart. That looks good to me. I'm just trying to be mindful of the saturation of everything because I'm basically using the same magenta that I was using for the skin tone on the walls and things like that. I'm going to combine a couple layers here. I'm gonna kind of group this so that I remember where things are. Ooh, I just realized my line art is not locked, so gotta go ahead and do that. Back to business. Just needed a little bit of maintenance, regroup, try to figure out what's going on, and yeah, back to business. Okay, we're making progress. Let's put a little bit of this detail here. Oh, I'm kind of looking now too. I should probably paint her nails. Her nails. She only has one nail exposed. That's my current thing that I love because I always draw nails, and now when I color, I like to color them too. I might make the shoes the same color because why not? This is a woman who has it together. Like, she didn't need to come here and stun on y'all like this, but she was really like, check the detail. My nails match my shoes. How did I find a color to match the exact shade of shoes? I'll be working this corporate job. It's custom. It's a custom nail polish. Wish you thought. Went to the essay lab myself. Oh, let me try to see what an overlay does, because that can sometimes... Okay. Okay. And we're just gonna go in and hopefully this turns into something. I want to make a more definite shadow here, so I'm just gonna go in, like I said, with the noise and try and soften up some of these edges where I want them to be soft. And yeah. Okay, I think I did something. I think it's good. I think this is how I'm going to leave it. I've got my light source, I've got my shadow, I've got texture, and I know it looks really intense, but I like the color. I like the magenta, I like the saturation. I'm honestly shocked. I usually record myself reacting to these pieces like a day after the fact, so I have a little more time to sit with it and be like, oh man, like this decision, I hated it, or like, oh, I might do something different. But since I'm like making it right now, I have no reaction really aside from like, oh wow, I'm glad that it's done, I like it. But yeah, I think I at least achieved my thumbnail, and so yeah, let me know what you think. Is there things that I should improve on? Like, how would you go about the coloring of it? And how do you feel about this palette? Because I think that I started out really rejecting the idea of Magenta and Lime Green, but Magenta and Lime Green came through. Like, this is a mood. I really like Magenta and Lime Green. That might be my favorite out of the palettes so far. Thank you for watching until the end. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.